You're about to learn the 3 things that I gave a student that literally made his 3 putting vanish. One had to do with the butt end of the club, one had to do actually with just his trail hand, and then one of them was a great drill called the pause and go. Now typically when people 3-putt a lot, they're struggling with distance control, which means they're not rolling the ball the right distance. Now, that can be a byproduct of having too much loft at impact. And the first thing that I told Kevin was, I said, hey Kevin, take the butt end of the putter and move it slightly forward so that the butt end of the putter is on the front side of the golf ball. And what that does is it actually de-lofts the putter a little bit. So if you're struggling with distance control, odds are that you're adding loft at impact. So if we get set in here, the first thing I want you to do is take the butt end of the putter and move it slightly forward. Now that will actually slightly de-loft the putter so that the ball rolls more in line. It's one of the reasons in the G track why we actually put a little less loft on it, because most amateur golfers add loft at impact. So the first tip is get that putter shaft a little bit forward so the butt end is in front of him. The second thing that I told Kevin, because we saw some progress early, all right? But the next thing that I told him, I said, let's develop your touch and your feel. All right, so what I had him do is just roll some putts with his trail hand only. I said, just grab your trail hand and just roll some putts. Let me go ahead and do it, okay? Now, why does this work? Well, when you think about, look at that, Nick, did you get that, Nick? All right, Nick gave us a thumbs up. You gotta give us a thumbs up. That was the first take. We are rolling the rock really good today, all right? But the reason that works is because think about other stuff. You're throwing a football, you're throwing a baseball, you're writing a letter. You do that with your dominant hand. That's where your most touch and feel is in your dominant hand, because that's the hand that you use. And the same thing holds true when you putt. You want touch, you want feel. So by just rolling some putts with your trail hand only, that can naturally help you. Now the last thing that I told them was a drill called the pause and go. This is one of my favorites. And at first, Kevin, he kind of struggled with it, I'm not gonna lie. But with practice and with time, you got better at it. Now, the pause and go drill looks like this. What you're gonna do is you're gonna get set up and you're just gonna take the putter back and you're gonna literally pause and then you're gonna go, all right? Why does that work and what is it doing for us? Well, one of the keys to rolling the ball the right distance is having good rhythm and good cadence. So by taking the stroke and breaking it down from backswing, pause, forward swing, you're breaking the putting motion into 2 different segments so you can feel that transition. Because in the transition is where the magic happens. You look at great putters and the putter flows back and it flows forward. And you look at people who struggle with distance control, it goes back and then it goes forward in a jerking motion. So the pause and go drill, I get set in there, I take it back, I literally pause, and then I go, just a little bit short. That can improve the rhythm and the cadence. Kevin went from 3-putting 5 or 6 different times around to his 3-putting literally vanished. Now that we've improved Kevin's putting, check out my next video where your trail hand can take your putting to the next level.